Welcome back to Canine Connection. I'm Jason Gray, and I'm here today with Officer Brittany Moreno, who is one of our animal control officers.
Hey, Jason.
And it's summertime, so summertime pet tips?
Summertime is in full swing. The biggest thing we worry about, especially with school being out, making sure that your gates are secure. We've had a lot of running at large dogs. We've had some barking complaints because it's nice and dogs want to stay outside. Just making sure that your dog isn't continuously barking or excessively barking or trying to escape the yard, making sure that they're staying safe. Unfortunately, this is the time of year where we see a lot of animals that are hit by vehicles. So please maintain the safety of your animal. We know dogs like to stay outside with the heat, but make sure that you are providing water, access to water for the heat, as well as shelter. We're in that season where we have our summer storms. So it could be sunny one minute and the next minute it starts hailing. So making sure there's a shelter in place for your animals and making sure that they're safe from there. That's one thing when we have a welfare check that we are looking for. We are looking for water and we are looking for adequate shelter from the storms. Many times we hear people say, oh, well, my dog comes inside, but if there happens to be an emergency, something comes up, someone cuts their hand and you have to make a run to the emergency room, dogs left outside, a storm comes in. This is just the protection that you need for your animals. With summertime also, we have dogs in vehicles. One thing we really talk about is, please leave your animals at home. Do not leave them in a vehicle. Say you have to take your dog to the vet and then you have to go run a quick errand, which we know if you go into Walmart, it's not just for 10 minutes. So make sure that if you do have your animal with you, leave your car running and with your AC. Another big thing we come across, and that is actually, I have a story to tell, story from Florida. So there was a Missouri woman that was down in Florida visiting family. She had her 4 dogs with her and they stopped to get some lunch. She left her car running with the AC on, and their lunch was only about an hour. She went out to check on them during that time period. But when they came out, they had to call 911 because all the dogs were laying down. They weren't moving. They had liquid coming out of their mouth. What had happened was somehow the dogs had turned off the air conditioner, and the heat went from 85 outside to 130 inside the vehicle. And all 4 of these dogs ended up dying from being inside of the vehicle. This Missouri woman who you could tell obviously loved her animals, didn't want this to happen, was charged with animal cruelty down in Florida. So biggest thing that I share that story is that, even if you leave your car running, if something happens, your dog is still exposed. So our biggest thing is that please leave your animals at home. Don't leave them in the vehicle, especially if you're going to go run errands. Unless you're going to be in your vehicle the entire time or can take your animal with you, please just leave them at home because we don't want to see those situations happen to animals. As like I said, this Missouri woman was completely unintentional. They had checked on the animals and this still occurred. Biggest thing we see also is animals in the back of truck beds. When that metal gets really hot, it can actually cause 2nd and 3rd degree burns on the paw pads. So again, do not leave your animal out in the truck bed, and even if you're taking the dog out for a drive and you're there, lay some carpet or something down so that you're still protecting your dog's paw pads from that. We get a lot of calls in those situations and stuff. So again, it's always maintaining the care and safety of your animal. So we just want to encourage that again for owners to be cautious and to be diligent in helping protect your furry family member.
Okay, and at the animal shelter, what's going on in July?
Well, we are still in full-blown kitten season. It's lasted us from March all the way till now, and we have over 100 cats logged in at the shelter. Mama cats and kittens or kittens. We've gotten them all out in fosters. We have about, I think the rough number is between 50 and 60 of them are actually out in fosters right now. But every day we're still getting cats and kittens in. So we are still looking for fosters or people who are interested in fostering a mama cat and kittens. it's a very rewarding thing because when the cats, especially kittens, stay at the shelter, they're more susceptible to diseases that kind of come around there because they're so young. I mean, an adult cat does good and they're only there for a short period, but kittens and mamas, they have to remain there until the kittens are old enough. And it's also the stress, like going in and cleaning, opening the cages and stuff like that. So we really try to get them in a home environment where it's calm, they have more room to run. There's not a lot of noise that goes on, because we have noise in the shelter. I mean, we have concrete walls, so everything echoes really bad. So giving them the opportunity to flourish and grow in there, and then once the kittens are old enough, then we schedule them to go ahead and get fixed and bring them back into the shelter. So it's a very rewarding program. So if anybody is interested in fostering, whether it's just kittens that just have a few weeks before they can be fixed and put up for adoption, or mama cat and kittens till the kittens get better. Again, it's very rewarding. We do supply you with a cat box and litter and food and a scooper. Like, we provide all that. So if you're interested in doing that, please, go ahead and come down to the animal shelter, fill out a foster application, because we are still in great need for more people who can foster cats for us. Other than that, our adoption rate we're still adopting left and right. We have been having great success with our adoptions. When we do have the kittens that are ready to come back, they're gone really quickly. So our adoption rate's gone really well. We want to make sure we give every cat, especially the kittens, making sure that they're safe and get an opportunity to be adopted and to thrive once again. Other than that, just keep them busy. Again, asking owners to be diligent with your animals, making sure that they're being controlled, making sure they're being contained, because it is that time of year where vehicles are going out. Unfortunately, we see animals getting hit because they're out running and someone doesn't see them. So we just ask the community to continue to be diligent. If you have any questions concerning the animal ordinances or tips to help your animal with different behaviors or escaping the fence, please feel free to give us a call at the animal shelter. Our phone number is 686-5249, or go ahead and come down. We're located at 950 West Warlow Drive, and we will help you in any way we can to help keep your animals safe.
All right. And is there anything else for July?
No, that's about all that we have. Just continue to stay safe and diligent.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.